Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to Book Summary 5, the 5-Minute Summary channel. I'm Sammy, your host, and today we're diving into Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life by Marshall Rosenberg. This transformative book introduces a method of communication that focuses on empathy, understanding, and connection, helping us avoid conflict and foster deeper relationships. Rosenberg's approach, known as nonviolent communication, is all about creating harmony by expressing ourselves in a way that honors both our own needs and those of others. Let's take a closer look at how it works, so you'll feel like you've read the book cover to cover. Rosenberg begins by highlighting how most conflicts arise from how we communicate. Often, when we express ourselves, we unknowingly pass judgment or criticize, which leads to defensiveness and misunderstandings. In NVC, the goal is to move away from judgmental or aggressive language and instead focus on expressing our needs and emotions honestly, while also being open to understanding the needs of others. At the heart of NVC is the belief that by creating a compassionate and respectful dialogue, we can resolve conflicts peacefully and more effectively. The first step in NVC is learning to observe situations without attaching any judgments to them. Rosenberg emphasizes the importance of clearly seeing what's happening without layering personal interpretations on top of it. For example, instead of saying something like, "You never listened to me," which comes across as an accusation, you might simply state, "When I was talking earlier, I noticed you were looking at your phone." This way, you are describing the situation without placing blame, which opens the door to a more constructive conversation. Once you've observed the situation, the next step is to connect with your feelings. Rosenberg believes that many of us are disconnected from our emotions, and NVC encourages us to identify and express those feelings honestly. It's important to clearly express what you're feeling, rather than making vague statements like, "I feel bad." Instead, you could say something more specific, like, "I feel frustrated," or "I feel hurt." By articulating your emotions clearly, you make it easier for the other person to understand where you're coming from. What drives those feelings is often an unmet need. According to Rosenberg, identifying and expressing those needs is crucial in NVC. For instance, if you're feeling frustrated because someone wasn't paying attention during a conversation, it might stem from a need for respect or connection. When we can link our feelings to these underlying needs, we make it clear that we're not blaming others for how we feel, but rather that we're trying to address something important to us. This approach shifts the conversation away from blame and toward understanding. The final step is making a clear and respectful request based on what you need. Instead of demanding, which can lead to resistance, NVC encourages us to ask for what we need in a way that invites cooperation. For example, instead of saying, "Stop ignoring me," you might ask, "Would you be willing to put your phone down while we talk so I can feel more connected?" This way, you're making a positive and actionable request, which makes it easier for the other person to respond constructively. It's important to remember that requests are not demands. They are invitations to collaborate in meeting each other's needs. One of the key aspects of NVC is empathy. Rosenberg emphasizes that empathy is the foundation of effective communication. It's about truly listening to the other person's feelings and needs without trying to fix or judge them. This deep listening helps create a safe space where both parties can express themselves openly. Empathy allows us to step into the other person's shoes and understand what's really going on beneath the surface, fostering compassion and connection. Another vital element of NVC is self-empathy. Rosenberg encourages us to be kind and compassionate toward ourselves, particularly in moments of frustration or conflict. By practicing self-empathy, we can better understand our own needs and manage our emotions more effectively. This self-awareness allows us to approach conversations from a place of calm and clarity, rather than from a reactive or defensive mindset. Throughout the book, Rosenberg offers numerous real-life examples of how NVC can be used in everyday situations, from personal relationships to workplace interactions and even larger societal issues. These examples show how NVC helps people navigate difficult conversations, resolve conflicts, and create more harmonious relationships. The key is always to focus on what unites us, our shared humanity, rather than what divides us. In summary, Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg provides a powerful framework for improving how we communicate and connect with others. By focusing on observation, feelings, needs, and making requests, NVC helps us express ourselves more clearly and empathetically, reducing misunderstandings and fostering cooperation. Whether you're dealing with personal or professional conflicts, the principles of NVC offer a compassionate way to engage in meaningful and respectful dialogue. Thank you for tuning in to Book Summary 5. If you enjoyed this summary, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Until next time, happy reading.